It's my honor to greet all of you on behalf of Ministry of Defense and Armed Forces of Bosnia and Herzegovina. And I would like to thanks very much to this organization and invitation to be here. And how much is important for Bosnia and Herzegovina to speak about women in defense security for sure is very clear picture if you have me here. And if I have opportunity to say few words why it's important that we women in uniform are here around you. Please, I would like that we start with my presentation. Just a few pictures from our history. Here, later on, I will refer on these pictures, just for short introductions. Women from Cambodia, Vietnam, women in United Nations missions, first military police units in Liberia, totally fulfilled by women, and they had a great result in Liberia within mission. Here, my colleagues from Russia sitting together, it means men and women. If we want to speak about this issue, it's very important that we sit together, that we discuss together, and that we understand each other very well. So if we want to reach something, we have to have support from our colleague, female and first of all male colleagues, because what Mitava said, still they are on position where they are making decisions. So if they don't support us properly, I'm not sure that we will reach our goal. Here, women from Africa, you see, without legs, without arms, cadets in USA, and very interesting picture, women soldiers in Afghanistan. Why is important this picture? Because when I start to speak about stereotypes, please keep in mind, in Afghanistan army, they have 3 female generals. It's story about stereotypes. We have to be very, very sensitive when we are trying to put everything in one basket. So please. It's my agenda, forget that. Why is important that we speak about women in uniforms, first of all, women who are in charge with defense and security? Because of a global approach, already in the beginning, Bojino, am I right? Bojino, he mentioned 50%, but exactly it's 52% of world population belongs to the women. So it's not up to us that we would like to do something. It's about nature, and that nature bringing to us some assignments. And if we want to be successful, we suppose to make effort to bring us to be ready, on position to be ready to fulfill that assignments. So if we have a lack of men in the system, we have to take the role. Here I would like to mention situation in Rwanda from 1993. After horrible things happened there, 75% of parliamentarian body belongs to the women. How is that percent high? You have to think about that if you compare with the statistic data that just 18% of world parliamentarian body belongs to the women. So 18 to 75. No, because they wanted that, because of situation, they must to do that. Women is resources for society. So if we speak about oil, if we speak about gold, if we speak about water, and if we know that during the time we feel scarce of not having enough sources, we also have to think what will be if we don't have a proper sources. So if women are sources for society, we have to take care about them. Women in nature have a totally different approach to the peace and security. Why? Because we are mothers, we are giving new babies on the world, and we're thinking how is important that my child grow up in normal conditions. If you speak about normal conditions, first of all, we are thinking about peace and about security. And the last one, because we are men and women, and it's something what we have from the God, we have a different priorities in our life, and we feel differently problems in connection with peace and security. So just building this human potential, it means we have to think how we are different. We don't want to cross that difference, but still we want to adopt that differences properly. There are world facts. So, every woman is first security guard. So when you deliver your baby, you think about its security for a long time, maybe in age up to 15, 16, and later on somebody just shift that obligation to the man. And they say, no, you are not important anymore in security of your children. So why is that? Really, I don't understand. Security is indivisible obligation. It's not possible just to say, this obligation belongs to the man. We are responsible as well. Security is a matter of human rights. So if you stop me not to do what I think that I'm able to do, you are stopping me in my human rights. And for sure, take care about security. It's one of the first human rights. And of course, about history. If you go in history of this area, Balkan area, Southeast Europe area, in the world, you will see that exactly by thousands of years, women are actively included in wars. And later on, when we have a peace, again, we are shifting obligation to the man. So, from my personal experience, from war in Bosnia and Herzegovina, and when men told us, you have to go home and to continue with your female jobs, for first time in the history we said, no, we are staying with you because you express ourselves like very professional, that we are able to do this military job, and we would like to continue to do this in peace, now when it's so easy to do this job. And new security challenges. First of all, we spoke about how to protect territory. Later on, we are starting to speak how to protect our states, countries. And with NATO and EU, we are starting to speak about collective security. And now we are moving on the beginning of the circle. And we are saying human security is on the first place. So if I don't feel secure in my country, story about security of my country is useless. And because of that new challenges, security challenges, it means if I want to feel secure, and if I think that I'm able and that I'm the first one who is able to provide security for myself, I'm very eager to do this. We have always in every situation pros and cons, why we are for something and why we are against something. Pros, national, international law regulations. In every country, law regulations about gender equality. Here we are speaking about 4 generations. So the story about security and defense developed through the centuries. And new generations said, whoever is interesting, that person supposed to be involved in security. Operational request. Later on here, we will speak about how it's important to have women involved in peace support operations. So it's not just our wish. When I say our wish, I'm speaking about wishes of me and my colleagues, and doesn't matter if they are male or females. It's not about that. It's about added value, what Miteva said, added value that we are bringing, having a female population within security and defense. And here we are speaking about human capital diversity, because we are bringing something new in that story. So to have connection with local or domestic people in mission zones, you have to have women. We are speaking about traditional societies. So in some countries in Africa, in Asia, even here in Europe, it's not so common that men approach to the women or that men approach to the young people and start speak with them. They will never be so open, so friendly in discussion with men like they are open in discussion with women. It's about sensitiveness, it's about respect that people usually feel about women, and especially about women in uniform. Experience from wars and mission, this is what I mentioned here. I had opportunity to serve in UN mission in Ethiopia and Eritrea, and I spent there 14 months. I was the first team leader there, and I was first chief of sector there. No, because just of my background and knowledge. It was very much about how I was able to make connection with local society and make situation within mission area comfortable for us military observers, for military forces there, and for local society as well. And career development. So I would like to be a soldier, but in same time, I would like to be more than soldier. So this is second part of your captain presentation when you said, yes, we have this percentage of women within forces, but it's very important where we are in that system. We don't want to speak about ceiling roof. Even that one is very low. We would like to speak opportunities and how is it possible that we fulfill what is necessary to fulfill and to move in our career. So here we don't want to speak about that I, as a woman, supposed to be somewhere. No, I would like that we speak that is not allowed to anybody to stop me as a woman to be somewhere. Challenges, because we don't want to speak about problems, about against something, we are speaking about challenges, so here we are speaking about stereotypes. Just to break stereotypes is the first challenge in front of all of us. To accept normally me and Miteva in this uniform. So we don't want to be recognized like a woman in the system. We would like to be recognized as a professionalist, as a soldiers, as a officers. But the end, yeah, it's okay that we are women. What the problem is, I really don't understand. So we have to change our mindset. Few days ago, or few months ago, I had opportunity with people, exactly, my colleague from Canadian Armed Forces and commander of training center from Moldova, to speak why we supposed to have women in battle units. or is really necessary to have them there. And first of all, when we start to speak about do we really need women in battle units, we start to speak about training and say, you know, the training is very tough. We have to bring 50 kilos on yourself. The high wall is about 5 meters, and you have to go across that one. And I said, please, I passed through the war. And don't tell me that anywhere in the war situation, you will bring 50 kilos on yourself, you will cross the wall 5 meter heights. It's not possible. Why? Because you are so obvious target. So to make training proper for operational requests, it's very important. And don't stop to speak about that through the training. And even if you are going in the war situation, nobody divide you to the men and women. It's just important that you are able to work, to wear gun, to protect your city, your town, your people, your units, your country. So no differences during the wartime. We are starting to make differences just when we have a peacetime. And respecting that, please make training not just for women, for men, suitable for operational activities. And preventing gender unacceptable behavior. You know, very much horrible stories happened during the war. You know about sexual victims from the wars in former Yugoslavia. You have to know horrible stories about sexual victims or gender-based violence from Congo, from Africa. So, women are targets, and somebody feel how is horrible to destroy you like a person, not by bullets, because you will die or you will recover. If you are a victim of sexual abuse, you will never recover. You will never recover, you will never have that person again 100% suitable for the society and for normal life. So to prevent that, from my experience from the war and from the mission, having my colleagues close to me and having me close to them, they settle their behavior. It's not just story about local population, and story about also situation that happened within mission if we speak about observers or if we speak about units settled in that zone. Conclusion. To be somewhere, we have to develop our capabilities. We have to be effective. We have to empower economically ourselves. So it's from the beginning of this conference, economy is very important part in our life. To have a freedom to behave on normal way, you have to be economically independent. So women supposed to be economically independent. To reach that, women have to train themselves, and especially in management. It means we have to disclose story about us and how we are important, and that we are not separate from the society, we are just part of society. Broad support between all partners. It means between men, women, between NGOs and governmental organization, between international organization and domestic organization. Great support that we have from NATO, in my country, from UFOR, from UN, and other international organizations. To make a good network, if we support each other through the network, we will have powerful tools in our hands, and of course, support from the media. Very much we believe more in media than media is aware about that. And at the end, women's voice to be heard. So please, shall we go? Okay, thank you. And once more, thanks to you people from Belgium, from Bulgaria, and thanks to people, thanks to people from NATO, and exactly, I always say thanks to women from Bulgarian armed forces here. These days we are developing this project, Female Leaders in Defense Security. Hopefully, it's not just that we develop this project, it's very much that we implement this project in the future time. And like Miteva said, I hope we will have support, great support from you, because without that support, we won't be able to do this. Once more, thanks to Bulgarian team. And I would like here to mention the words from Virginia Woolf. Before Second World War, very famous feminist, in her book, Three Guinea, she tried to explain men why it's important to have women close to them in war situation. She said, because we can help you on way that we are not repeating your words and your methods. It means preparing for war. We just would like to bring something new, added value, what we said. So finding new words and new methods, we are trying to prevent wars or to deal with war situation on more suitable way if it's possible. It was from my side. Thank you very much for your attention, and hope I will have a chance to discuss with you later on. Thank you.